everyone, Jack Purdy here. Before we go into this episode, I just wanted to do a little bit of an introduction and some programming reminders. This episode is with Lotta-Maj Lahtinen, who was part of the Georgia Tech women's basketball team up until 2022. She was part of the 2020 team that made the Sweet 16, and the 2021 team that qualified for the NCAA tournament. One of the rare times where the women's basketball team has qualified for back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and the first time under Nell Fortner. She was a friend of mine at school. We had some classes together, had the same major, and it was just about time that we caught up, and so we decided to put it on tape because we haven't had many post-tech interviews here, at least since I've been here, so we wanted to use that as a chance to do that and just give you a view into what life is like as a basketball player in Europe. Alongside with that, just some programming reminders along for everything from the Rumble Seat world. We will have articles, of course, on football every week. In terms of we have some 3 thoughts articles, we have recap, we have threads, we got everything going on. I know on Saturday I usually run the Twitter for our games, but I will be at the Atlanta United match carrying the golden spike. So I will not be able to do that this coming Saturday, so we'll let you know somehow how our coverage will be. My volleyball coverage will continue, of course, throughout the season on Sunday when we play North Carolina State. And then we'll just, go from there. And our next normal episode of Scions of the Southland will also come out on Monday if all goes to plan. So with that, let's dive into the interview. It had been long overdue for me to talk with my former classmate, almost project manager. We watched the Olympics together in class because of course you watch the Olympics in class when those are happening, when the Finnish hockey team is playing. Amongst other things, I had to catch up with my dear friend Lotta-Maj Lahtinen, so I'm like, let's just record it anyways, because we'll talk about the same stuff we were going to put on here anyways. So Lotta-Maj, thanks for coming on Science of the Southland.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
We talked, you were where was it? Back when I had a different podcast, when we were both at Tech, I think you were only like 4th or 5th guest I had at that point. So this is reaching back into the very early days. I think we'll do better than we did that one time.
What do you mean? We did great.
We did. It was good. It was good. I think we did a good job. Let's not talk about the game that we talked about that day, which was the Kansas game.
What game? Yeah, don't even.
That didn't happen. You never went to California to play basketball. That was not a thing. That did not happen.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you physically, I think it was when I bought the pair of shoes off of you.
Yeah.
I think I had COVID, so and you were leaving, I think, the next day, and I remember Sarah was driving you around.
You had COVID?
I had COVID, yeah. So that's why I was just like, you just.
Oh my god, that shouldn't go in there. I didn't see you then.
No, it was fine. I was masked and everything. It was good. I'm still wearing the shoes. They are I've almost worn through the tread, but I have.
Hey.
I think it's only got. I think the life of those shoes are only a couple months left. But people like those shoes, so thank you for letting me buy them for you.
Which shoes?
They were the gold ones, or the white. It was the white ones with the gold stripes, and the tire tread on the bottom.
Okay, I don't remember, but I'm glad you have great shoes to wear.
They match with my other Tech gear, so that's why they work really well.
Okay, perfect.
So since we both graduated May 2022. Tell us, I guess, what you did right after that. I know you went back to Europe, so give me the rundown of May 2022 to when you know you're going to be supposedly playing in Belgium.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's August. No, it's September 2023. I'm like,
yeah.
What year is it? What day is it? Who am I? Where am I? So yeah, I graduated a year and a half ago. And I went back home. My dream has always been to play pro. So after graduating college, that was what I wanted to do. And so I went home after graduating, played with my national team that summer. We had some friendly games, and trained with them during the camps. And then I signed my first pro contract to Belgium to play EuroLeague and the Belgium League. And then unfortunately I got injured in the beginning of the season. So then I rehabbed last year and now I'm back. I played this summer also again with my national team, and we went to this competition called World University Games, organized by this organization called FISU. And we actually got a bronze medal there, which was so it was historic for my national team. I think no team sport has won a medal in that in that tournament for my country, because we're also a small country. So
Right.
yeah, it was really cool. This summer was really good for me and my national team, like training wise, and had a good team chemistry and everything. And yeah, and then after summer, I signed with a team called Laseu here in Spain, and now I'm here. So we're starting our season this week. And yeah, we play Barca. Like, we play these three girls who also played in Miami when I was there. Destiny Harden, Carla, and Lola Pendande. And so it's gonna be fun to like see some familiar faces. And I actually play with a former Georgia Tech player, played there last year, Cameron Swartz. So we became teammates. Unfortunately, we weren't lucky enough to play at Tech at the same time, but this year we are, and I'm really happy because like I played against her for 3 years, but she's a really cool person, and like, you know, we kind of know each other, but we never like got to know each other well.
Just barely missed. Yeah, just barely missed by a couple months there.
Missed. And now we connected. So yeah, it's been cool. And
that's fantastic.
That team is great. So yeah, there's a little rundown.
It's gonna be really cool to see. Hopefully, I'll get to watch them. Hopefully, I'll try to. I need to find out if I can watch any of your games in Atlanta. But either way, I'll be interested to see how you all pair up, because I think there's some compliments there in terms of she shoots everything, and then you can do a little bit of everything, which is really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Great rundown. I guess let's go piece by piece here. I remember when you signed. What was it? It was Mechelen that you signed with initially in Belgium, right? And I just found that the fact that they were called the Kangaroos was like my favorite thing ever. Like that they full out went through that as a mascot. For those that don't know, you don't end up playing all that much for Mechelen just because of an injury. And so I'm curious specifically about the rehab process, because injuries for athletes are a much more different thing than for normal folks, just because like your body is effectively your trade. So I'm curious if you can shed any light on what rehabbing as an athlete specifically is like.
Yeah. Obviously, as an athlete, like you said, it's your livelihood. So you take like everything counts: how you sleep, how you eat, how you train, and like rehabbing is part of training. Right. So it's like you getting yourself better every day. There's no off days really. You you really like take care of your body in every way possible. So like for me, it was like a lot of weights, a lot of getting in shape in different ways. Just like stretching, taking care of my body, like and definitely I think the biggest difference is that it is your livelihood. Like so you don't just take it for granted. And even if you don't get an injury, I feel like we work with our bodies.
Right. Yeah.
So even like during the season, like all the time, I feel like it's like a mechanism in me where I'm thinking like all the time, like every day, like I need to stretch. I need to, how am I feeling here? Like, do I need to like get treatment? Do I like, am I sore? Like, do I need to ask for something to help with the soreness, or like just small stuff like that? But definitely it's different when you have to perform with your body. So yes, you take every day like seriously, honestly.
So you're basically, it's your same process. You're just adapting, I guess, adapting it to the situation you're in that case.
Yeah, basically. And like, I've been fortunate enough to have like really good people around me. Like if something is bothering, like you can always like call the physio. You can always call and to like, they will help you because they are like, that's their job, honestly, obviously. But at the same time, like I'm so grateful for like that, even like here in the team and everywhere, like at Tech, like everywhere, like if I ever needed anything, like there are these people like, and I trust the professionals to like always like help me with that, like on game days to stretch me or like do activations and all that stuff. So like, I feel like for every athlete, it's really important to like take care of your body, because that's how you can perform the best. And we're all like super competitive. So for us to win, we have to be in the like best shape possible.
Yeah. I have a question about like first day, like almost like first day at school vibes. Was it different to feel different to show up to a pro team on your first day than it did to like show up maybe with a national team or a Tech on your first day?
Well, don't know. I guess it depends on the person. Like for me, I feel like I've been to so many new situations like that where I was just like so excited
Yeah.
to be like a new team, like with new people, like the new atmosphere, like meet everyone. And I feel like I wasn't that nervous because I knew there's a lot of other people also who are like who just arrived. Everybody's in the same situation. We're just starting the season, new
Yeah.
people. It's like everybody's a little bit okay, we are here, what's going on? Maybe I mean going to college, I was younger. I was going to the other side of the world, to a whole different culture, like to the States. There was always obviously like upperclassmen, like all these people who've already been there.
Yeah.
So it was in that sense it was different. And then yeah, I mean, even I moved away from home when I was 15. I went to a sports high school. So even that I had also like that experience under my belt where I had to like go to a whole new place at the age of 15.
Yeah.
So like I feel like those experiences just make me like more okay with going to a new environment. But yeah, I mean, every place I've went to, it's always different because it's a different place, different people, different kinds of cultures, and I love it, honestly. I feel like I'm a people person, so I love to just vibe with people and know
Yeah.
how they are. Like somebody likes to knit, and somebody likes to go have coffee, and everybody has their own thing, you
Yeah.
know? So I think that's a really cool thing. And even like playing pro or just traveling like with basketball, I've been like, that's one of my favorite things, to just meet all these cool people like you too. Like,
Yeah.
how would we ever met if I didn't come to Tech because of
Yeah.
basketball?
Yeah. No, for sure. Was that school you mentioned at 15? Was that in Finland, or did you have to travel elsewhere for that?
Yeah, that was in Finland. So that was in Helsinki, Finland.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm from a small town called, or it's not that small, at least if you ask my grandma, but well, compared to Atlanta, it's a little smaller.
Fair.
But it's still cool. If anybody ever wants to visit, it's called Lappeenranta. So I'm from there.
How do you spell that? I'm gonna look it up while you're talking.
Yeah, okay, well, good luck with that. Okay,
L.A. P- yeah.
Lappeenranta.
Okay. Oh, it came up. All right, cool. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. 'Cause
Lappeenranta. Okay. Oh, it's on the water. Everything's on the water in
yeah,
Finland, but this
it's on a lake. Yeah, we're a really naturey town. And yeah, I know like the Georgia Tech website always said like Helsinki. And then like my friends in Finland were like, "You're not from Helsinki. Why is it in Helsinki?" And
how
I'm
far
like,
away? Hold on, I gotta look how
well,
far
it's
away
so
from it.
hard
Oh, it is
to.
not close to Helsinki. Oh my goodness.
No, it's
Wow.
2.5 hours
Yeah,
drive.
you're closer to St. Petersburg than you are to Helsinki at this
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
no.
Okay.
My grandma goes to when the war was like when everything was good with the war and everything,
Yeah.
with the political situation, my grandma would drive to Russia to get gas, honestly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Interesting.
20 minutes we're like 20 minutes from the border.
Right. Yep. Okay. Yep. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. All right. Cool. And you have an airport and these little islands.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man.
a
All
really
right.
cool
This
small
looks
town.
amazing to visit. All right. Maybe we might put this on the summer bucket list. We'll see. Okay, that's cool. I mean, so yeah, basically, okay, so yeah, a lot of newness. All that. So your constant has been newness. It sounds like it just
Yeah.
in a bunch of different places all the time. Which is, I mean, yeah, that's I have not had that experience. I've been in Atlanta since 2001. Like new places, no. I go
Yeah.
places, but like going regularly traveling that much and maybe not restarting, but just getting new starts is, I guess, also a particularly unique thing for an athlete, as well.
Yeah. It
I
really
know,
is.
yeah. When you weren't playing basketball last year, was there? I know you traveled a decent amount. Was there any favorite spots that you ended up seeing in Europe? Spots you hadn't seen before or anything like that?
Um, well, I went to visit Lorella to Venice.
Oh
And
yes, yes.
yeah, so that was really cool. Um, I didn't really travel that much, obviously, because like I was still working out and still
Right,
doing
right.
rehab and all that stuff to get back. But yeah, I did a little weekend trip to see Lorella. And then what else did I do? Well, this summer I visited the team in Barcelona. Um,
Right, yeah.
the Tech team came for their foreign tour, so I went to visit them. That was really cool. Which I actually live like 2.5 hours from Barcelona now, so
Oh,
it's crazy.
nice. That's convenient.
Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, I would say the Venice trip just because I hadn't seen Lorella like after graduating.
Yeah.
And then Francesca Pon also plays in the same team. So
Yes, that's right.
yeah, so that was really cool. I mean, it was a
If you guys
great
play each
background,
other, that
but
will be the funniest thing. If a
yeah,
quarter of the people on the floor are all from the same team in Atlanta, that would be
yeah.
that would be
I mean,
amazing.
it could happen because I mean, my team plays Euro Cup
Right?
and their
Yeah.
team plays the Euro Cup. So I don't know how the playoffs go, but if we get to that point, like
Yeah.
that would be interesting. It would be really cool.
Do
But
not
yeah.
know. I do not know enough about that to give an answer there. Is there? Tell me, guys, for someone who plays on a national team and on a club team at this at basically at the same time, are there any noticeable differences for you in terms of like how you approach those two teams? Um, is there a more unique energy that comes out when you get to play for Finland than we do for your club team?
Yes, it's definitely different. For my like national team is like my identity, like
Yeah.
my country. There's a lot of like it's personal in a lot of ways.
Right.
Like I've represented my country since I was like a teenager. Oh yeah, when I was teaching. Yeah, see.
Okay.
I mean, oops. Spanish came out. Yeah, since I was a teenager. And so I mean I have a lot of friends, like I know all my friends since I don't even know how long, like with my national team, because we played together
Yeah.
for so long. Like every summer, like my national team is really good about training their players during the off season also. So I have a place to train. So I'm like with the staff and with the players every summer. And then we play the European Championship qualifiers in like November and February. That's how you like
Mhm.
qualify for the European Championships here in Europe. So
Yeah.
you have your summer with them and then you play the games during the season. Um, so yes, it's definitely different. I would say for a pro team, it's like it's your family during like it's really your family like throughout the year, and it's like
Mhm.
it's you go to a new place. Okay, sometimes you're fortunate enough to be in the same team for like 2 to 3, even more years,
Yeah.
so it becomes your identity also. For me, this is like my first year really, so um, we'll see how it feels, how it goes.
Mhm.
I do have a really good feeling about this small, like this town, and about my team, and about how like connected everything is. So
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna build a really like personal bond here also. But yeah, like you build like with your pro teams, you build it like throughout the season, honest, obviously, because like you're with them all the time. So,
Yeah.
and when it's a good place, you're gonna yeah, you learn to love it. And I feel like I'm gonna love this place. But definitely it's the difference between a national team because it's like part of you,
Right.
really.
Yeah. And in game, I imagine you're feeling that as well a little bit differently because I mean the amount I guess how you put like the amount of which what you are fighting for in terms of your identity versus your professional team like that in game is there a different sense of passion going on like when you're physically actually doing the basketball?
Yeah. And for me personally, no. Like
Okay.
I'm so competitive that you have that sense of identity also with your club team. Like
Right.
you're part of that club, and you're like you play to win for that club. So it's like you put everything like in your power to win that game. And
Yeah.
it's like if you're not an athlete, it kind of sounds crazy, but it's like when you like you just love to win and you love to compete so much. And when you're competing with people like good people, like kind of it's weird to say, but like your family, like you're
Yeah.
competing with your like best friends, it becomes like something special. And I do feel it also in like a
Right.
club team, and like I like Georgia Tech for sure. And like so I wouldn't say like in the game situation, I wouldn't say it's different. Like you
Mm.
approach every game the same. I mean, obviously if it's like like yes, there's a different vibe when you go to playoffs or when you
Right.
go
Right.
to a final, or like when you play in the European Championship qualifiers with your country. It's like you are like extra focused. You're like I wouldn't say it's like different in the situation, but in a way, the European Championships are something like really special to us, and it's
Mm.
also like my country has never like I've never been there because we're such a small country, and like Europe is full of countries, so
Yep.
it's pretty
Yep.
hard to get there.
Yeah.
Um, so in a sense, yes, like those games are really important for us, but like I wouldn't say there's probably a different kind of way to approach it, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that does. No, yeah, it does for sure. Once you're playing, you're just playing. Like, just go
Yeah,
and do
exactly.
it.
You're
So
just playing.
yeah, at that point, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are there any other outside of like the scouting film that you have to watch and following your own league? Are there any other leagues that you follow just for the sake of just like basketball? Not that you're keeping tabs on what's going on with them.
Yeah. Now when I'm in Europe, I follow a lot of like European basketball too.
Right.
Like I mentioned earlier, like my team now plays Euro Cup. So in Europe, you play EuroLeague is like the best league where the best like teams.
Tier 1. Yeah.
Yeah. You could kind of compare it to like NBA, NBA EuroLeague.
Yeah.
Here. And then we have Euro Cup, and then you have the like the teams of the countries, which are like super good. Like it depends, like France, Spain, Hungary, Poland, Turkey, Russia, like before the war and everything. Like the top countries. Israel with like the top leagues. Italy also. Anyways, so I follow a lot of those games. Mainly I follow like EuroLeague, Euro Cup, and then obviously like Venice, because I have a lot of friends who play. It's called Leia of the team, so I follow them a lot. And then there was the European Championships the World Cup for men.
That was recently.
Yeah, so like obviously I watch all those games. European Championships always follow. But also I do follow college basketball and the WNBA. So this year I'm gonna say I haven't followed the W that much, but now when the college season is gonna start, like I'm starting to follow that. And obviously like keeping up with the Tech girls, because it's like my alma mater, however you say it, US. So so I follow them, and then like watched the March Madness last year. Like wow, it was
that was nuts. That was nuts.
Yeah. And like so we have, okay, this is a weird detail, but
go for it.
So in Europe we have this it's kind of like pickleball, but it's called padel. So it's like pickleball. It's the same, but it's like in a box, really.
Oh.
And so you play pickleball, but you can like the ball can like come off the walls, and like you can keep hitting.
It's like so kind of like squash.
It's like a mix of squash and pickleball, because it's like against two people.
You still have a net. You still have a net, but you're in a box.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yes. Yeah, I know, interesting. So like me and my friends like are all about it. So I watched like some of that also. So
interesting.
But yeah, I watch that sometimes too.
The pickleball craze has not stopped here.
Yeah, everybody's crazy about it
at all. I see it on ESPN streaming. I'm like, what? This is on this. Okay, it just happens. So I mean, it's gotten big. I think Trae Young just invested in the Atlanta team. Just like I think I saw that today.
Oh.
So yeah, all the big athletes just keep buying all the teams. I want to hear about your time in China, because I know that bronze medal certainly meant a lot to y'all. And play it. So give me the lowdown. So you said the World University Games run by Sue. I guess give me the lowdown on what that tournament is, because that was new to me when I saw it was happening. Is this like is it an invite? Do you have to qualify for this? How do you actually get into this tournament? And then give me like how it felt to be playing in that as well.
Yeah. So I think, I'm not sure, but I think you need to be invited to it.
Okay.
Usually the best 8 from the last tournament go like immediately, or like get there like automatically, and then I think they take a certain amount of rest of the countries to play. But basically it's a World University Games, and it's organized by this federation called FISU, Federation Internacional, so International Student University. I don't know.
Something, yes.
Something. Yeah, but you got the point. So
yeah.
So what was your question?
What was my question? I'm also looking. I guess. Qualifying for it. So you said it was invite based, or did you all have to play? So y'all didn't have to play games to get into this. You were just got to go. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah, it was invite based. And so yes, Yeah, I think this year we had a total of 12 teams. Certain teams canceled for some reason.
Gotcha.
But it was 12 teams. We got third. We played Japan in the semifinals. They were a really good team, a good challenge for us. And then in the bronze medal game, we played Chinese Taipei and beat them. And yeah, it was a bunch of good games, honestly. Like with my national, it was a really big thing for my national team, but it was also a way for us to like prepare for the qualifiers.
Qualifying. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got like a good summer together and got those games under our belt, and like obviously it was like a international tournament and we got a medal from it, so that's always that's always something to be prideful of. And so yeah, it was really cool. And yeah, it was in China, so I've never been there before. A totally
Yeah.
new
Chengdu. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it was really cool.
Did what did I guess, let's go even more nitty gritty about your own game. Did you have like I guess that was one of the first times you were like playing too post injury. So like get what when you take that long a break, what does that feel like to like actually do play again? And it seemed like I mean I wasn't able to watch these games, but it seemed like you were playing pretty well too. So I assume that had to be of one of the better feelings you've had in a while.
Yeah, definitely. What so like I actually played before that tournament, so I
Okay, good.
played. Yeah, so we had like friendly games with
Okay.
my national team that summer, so I played those friendly games that summer earlier, and like I had been like training for a while before the
Mm-hmm.
game, so like I was ready because like yes, I wanted to be like fully ready, but yes, like not signing for like the end of the season last year, and
Yeah.
like, actually like getting better basketball wise and everything, and then playing the games this summer. Yes, it was an amazing feeling, honestly. And like even to do with my national team, like wow. I mean, yeah, I remember I think I like in the games like that summer, I was just having fun,
Yeah.
honestly. And like, yeah, I mean, I felt really good in my body. Like I felt like I was in a great shape. I felt like I had gotten better because I actually had like worked hard and stuff. And so yeah, to do it with my friends and like and then end the summer with a medal, yeah, it was something like really special to me.
What
So
did I were y'all getting extra attention at home once y'all were getting closer to possibly winning a medal?
yeah, so yeah, actually, our federation and some people like when we came back, like there were people at the airport waiting for
Oh,
us.
nice.
Yeah, and like there was some like newspaper writing about us, and like honestly, women's basketball is not that big in Finland yet. I
Mm-hmm.
hope we can like grow the sport, but to see people writing about us and like coming to the airport to see us, like it really showed that like wow, like it was really great and like cool to see. So yeah, we were getting like some attention at home for
That's
sure.
nice. That's good. I'm glad y'all did. 'Cause y'all definitely would deserve that for any international medal. Far different from us, where if we don't win, we're just like, what the hell? Like it's we have very it's kind of twisted here in America how much we expect out of our own team for basically anything.
You
Let's
guys
switch.
are, I like it.
Huh?
Yeah, you guys are competitive. I like it.
We
You're
are
not
good, but
you don't
yeah,
settle for like
our
second place.
no, I mean, yeah, we lose one time, and LeBron's like, all right, I'm back. Took
Yeah.
took one thing, so the Paris is going to be quite interesting to see how that all goes down. So, let's switch to your team now. So you're about you're playing Barca this week. And I pulled up y'all's schedule. Well, you got 16 team conference, which is cool. Um, Tell me about have you learned anything about what is there like a uniquely Spanish way of playing? Like I know in soccer, like each country kind of has their identity of like how they Dutch football very in German football very stagnant, not stagnant, but like very mechanical. Spanish
Yeah.
football much more free flowing. Does the basketball have like similar flavors depending on the country you go?
Yes, a little bit. Yes. So the traditional what I've heard about the Spanish league and what I've noticed until now, like during the preseason and everything, um, it's really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fast paced, but it's also physical.
Mm-hmm.
Players here are what's the word? Like have a lot of skillful.
Yeah,
skilled.
they're
Okay,
skilled. Yes, they're skilled. Yes.
I'm a little for it. So yeah, they're skilled, and they're really smart. Like they make the right decision on the court, and yeah, you have to be alert all the time. But I would say the biggest difference to college sports, if there's like something to compare to, is the speed. So like you go back and forth way more. There's a lot of more possessions, I would say. Like college is sometimes like like not that good of a spacing. We play in this like smaller area. It's way more physical, more like true one-on-one, like one versus one playing. As in here, it's like you try to create an advantage like before you get the ball.
Numbers advantage, yeah.
Yeah, like you just keep moving all the time. So I would say that's a big difference. And like obviously it's always different to go from college to pro level, because when you're a pro, like everybody's good. So there's not a team that's everybody, like every team, every 12 players can play ball.
Right.
So
you're not going to get away with an off night as often as you maybe used to be able to.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yes, no, like college is also very competitive, and like, but then there's like college is like competitive and everybody's good, but then there's like pros and it's like another step. So, but I'm like honestly really excited about it, because that also means that like I need to step up and get better, and get like I will develop in like an environment where you get challenged. So yeah, but I would say the speed is probably
the thing
of Spain.
That's cool. I would. Yeah, I mean, their teams. They'd be some of their bigger NBA players that have been Spanish. They're definitely of the. They weren't known to be like just tall like centers that just bully balled at the net or anything like that. Like they were all they all did a lot of that similar stuff. So Ricky Rubio comes to mind.
Like for example, Ricky Rubio. He's a guard who's super skilled. Like he gives these crazy bad passes. And it's like that's how Spanish players are. They're like super skilled, but it's also like IQ. Like you know like where to pass the ball, but you also are skilled to like do it in like all these different ways. Like you're not in a hurry in a way, because like you play fast. It's hard to explain. It's like you play fast, but the game slows down for you because you like see what's going on the court.
Yeah, it's much more about court vision and being in the right spot ahead of time and letting the game play out in front of you than forcing the issue.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, cool. I think uniquely enough, I think Atlanta United soccer team is starting to play more like that recently. So seeing that more there. Is there a Finnish brand of basketball? Have y'all developed that? Is that do y'all have like a way that you feel like this is how we are going to play every game?
So our identity is definitely with my national team. Like we're good shooters, but we're also like nitty gritty. Like not nitty gritty. It was like we're like these little. So we have this saying in Finland. We're like these little dogs who like don't leave you alone.
Oh yes.
Every time we catch a ball, we're like right there. We like pressure the ball full court.
You're pesky. Yeah.
We're pesky. Yeah, that's the word. I would say pesky is our identity. Okay. Really. Yeah. Because when you're a small country, like kind of have to make up for like not like we don't have the biggest players. Right. We don't have the most like fastest players. Like, yeah, we have a couple, but it's like there's countries that like can just choose from a pool of 100 to get 12. Like we don't have that. So we like have to find our ways to like win games. So we're just like pesky, always there. Like we have a great fight, like great energy, like don't give up ever. I don't know if any of like listeners watch me play college basketball, but I feel like that's how I also play. So if anybody like wants to know how Finnish national team plays, it's like how I play.
No, that checks out with how good y'all's defense was last year all year. So that absolutely aligns with what I saw y'all do.
Definitely.
Let's switch back. Talking about tech. Before I wrap up, let's switch back to some like I don't know stuff that you miss about tech, maybe. What can I tell you that you maybe might not know about campus right now? Oh, student center's redone. It looks much better than the old one.
Wow.
The ceiling is not exposed anymore because it's normal. Unlike the old one. A lot more walking space. They redid the campanile. There's still a water feature, but it's not the same. And then they've changed some of the food up and stuff like that. Is there a part of being in Atlanta or on campus that comes that like I assume you and Cam are gonna have stories to exchange as y'all hang out more and more, but is there a part of being at tech that's like crap, I wish I still had that right now?
Well, there's a lot of things that I loved about tech and campus. Obviously, like it's a really green campus, like coming from Finland, like
Yeah.
that was a big deal for me. Like I would go read on like the tech green sometimes, or like and okay, about the student center, like I really wanted to see it be ready. So
I know.
now
I
that
know. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna come visit because of the student center.
Okay.
That's all.
Good. Good.
No, just kidding. For everybody else, also. Um, I don't know. I was just like, there's not like a specific thing about campus, but I would say like overall, like just the skyline of Atlanta, and
Yeah.
like when the sun goes down and it's like you see the sky. Like I lived at the Mark,
Mhm.
which is a student house like next to campus, and
Yeah.
like I just remember like these amazing like sunsets every night, like that you could see like
That building had a great view. Yeah, if you're high enough up in one of
yeah,
those bigger student houses, like off-campus student housing apartments, yeah, you could get some very,
yeah,
very good views.
definitely. And one of my favorite things during the preseason was the volleyball games for sure.
Yep. Yep.
I'm a sports junkie also, so like that place had a great atmosphere. And yeah, I just heard they played at McCamish, so
5,300 people were at the
yeah,
game.
wow. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go take. So yeah, that was great. What else? Well, those are just like things that come to mind now, but yeah, Miss Tech for sure.
It was fun. It's such a fun time. I don't miss
Yeah.
having to be in classes anymore as much as it was fun to be in class with you. I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I missed that also. I mean, loved our senior year, our little Olympic, watching the Olympic session.
That was so fun. That was
I
so
know.
fun.
I was like, honestly, I was like super excited that somebody's watching women's ice hockey, and I was like,
yeah, man.
You watching Finland play women's ice hockey? I'm like, let's go.
Was that the only game on at 9 a.m? Yes, that's also true.
We should just tell. We should have told our professor just like to put it on, because
Professor Fuller, please put the Olympics on
in
August next semester for your kids. They will all love it. I think it's the first time I mentioned Professor Fuller on this podcast too. Yeah, no, I mean, for those that don't know, we were both strategy and innovation majors at Tech, and and that was a very relatively new concentration at Scheller. It only started the year I got to Tech in 2017, and so we were still one of the first few classes to graduate out of that. But with kind of how you're supposed to take a lot of the same classes together, I think in like the first couple of years, like the general, like everyone takes these certain, like everyone takes accounting, everyone takes finance, legal aspects and stuff like that. And so there's a larger pool, but then in those last couple of years, when you really get into your concentration, you get you close in on a certain group of folks. And so I think that last year and a half, I think when we all got that was really cool for us at Scheller.
Yeah,
and we had a good group.
Yeah, I would definitely say it was. Yeah, we had a really good group. Also like missing the classes like our junior year because of COVID. It was like, I think it even like amplified it more. Like,
no, I think you're right. Yeah, because we were like aware of like who else was kind of there on all the calls, but then you were like, oh, wait a second, that's you. Okay, and then it just kept rolling. Yeah, so that's
like I've seen your name on the screen, but now you're a person.
Now you get it. Yes, that happened. There was a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was great. Well, I don't want to keep you for too long. I also definitely not doing my day job right now because this is better. Lotta-Maj, thanks for so much for hanging out. Hope to see you again in America at some point, or I'll be in Europe. I might be in Europe next summer, so maybe I see you first over there. We'll find out.
All right,
so either way, thanks for hanging out.